There's a weird delay going through this program.
We're learning.
Anyway, welcome back to the Wednesday Night Paddler Podcast. I'm Ed Lockwood with Ohio Kayak Construction,
I'm Jeremy Scheel with Ohio Kayak Construction.
and we are super excited to. Sweetie's already in the chat. Let's go, Pete. I'm glad you're here. We're super excited to have Pete Beck on in just a little bit. We are going to go ahead and move through our announcements here relatively quickly. Your volume's on. Come on, man.
It's rookie stuff, Bush League.
We're back to the high quality, pretty picture looking stuff. So again, shout out to my roommate. Thanks for that. If you need any podcasting help or marketing help, he's your guy. He's got a good camera. He's got a drone. He does everything you want him to do. Our announcements. So coming up this Sunday is the final final pool session at Xavier University. So that's at 6:30 to 8 o'clock. It's the last one. Come out, have fun. It's going to be a great time. It always is a great time.
As long as you're registered for it.
As long as you're a keel hauler and that's all it is.
Oh, you got
just a keel
You
hauler.
got to give Ed $15.
And you have to give me $15. But that just pays for
Ed
the price
for
of the pool.
$15 is a good price.
Yeah, it is. You just have to keep us. If $15, it literally just goes to the pool. I donate most of the extras to our local kayaking clubs like the keel haulers. So it is literally just to cover the cost of the pool for us to get some time in the winter for a lot of fun. Also coming up on the 15th is the new race date for the Little Miami. It is still on. It is still a little icy out there on the Little Miami, but it is our new race date.
Yeah, and as our unofficial forecaster, my prediction is it's going to be able to get paddled, but we're going to have a edition of icebergs this year, which is honestly, I'm stoked for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Everybody should come out. There's over $1,000 in gifts from IR, from River Station, Mountains to Sea, all our standards, and Jackson as well. And then it's just a good time. There's meetup afterwards, and then Ed's pool session follows right after it, so you can go warm up in the pool at Xavier and practice rolling around and playing around in a little bit warmer water with no icebergs. But the icebergs, I think, will be a welcome addition. So come out, race.
Just a floating obstacle.
Yeah. 12 noon at
11 o'clock.
No,
Is it 12?
It's 12. It's posted as 12.
Oh, my bad.
So it's noon at Road Rivers and Trails.
Road Rivers and Trails, we shuttle up and then race down. Last year was pretty high. This year, hopefully with the melt, we'll get something.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting.
It is going to be.
And there is supposed to be some rain Saturday night. I don't know if you saw that at all.
I have been watching it very close.
Also, if you're signed up for the Ohio Kayak Construction pool class on Friday nights, the last one is this Friday night. Everybody should be there unless something comes up where I just like, nah. And our next Ohio Kayak Construction pool session is run on January 7th out of Madisonville Pool. And that is run by Jeremy Scheel.
July 7th. But
there would be a lot more water and stuff. It is crazy how that works, isn't it, Mitch? As all the snow melts, where does it go? I'm hoping it goes into the groundwater, so that way it fills up the water table a little bit, and we actually get a solid paddling season out of this.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like I said, Madisonville, that's run by Jeremy. Nicole's normally there as his assistant.
Yeah, and Eric's usually there the first one.
And Eric will come hang out the first one. It's a great time, great outdoor pool, good place to meet people, practice a roll if you're not ready for a river and situation. We also have a happy hour coming up on next Wednesday, so next week on the 18th at 5 p.m. There is the DVD happy hour. That's at DVD Brewery. It's a great time, good beer.
Good networking.
Good networking, great to meet people. It's an absolute blast. Like nasally, I've been spending too much time around kids, dude.
That and the temperature swings are like 60 degrees right now.
That's probably not helping.
Yeah, not helping anybody.
So yeah, happy hour, DVD Brewery, great place to meet people, to show you down stuff, especially local stuff. I know a lot of the local paddlers will be there. I won't because I have class, unfortunately. But
I'm planning to be there, so
yeah, we'll have to figure out some sort of podcasting solution for next week.
I'll probably just bail in time for it.
after on the 21st, so next Saturday is a adventure summit, which is basically if you go to Outdoor X in the fall, it's the same people. And they run that out of Wright State University. Eric and I will be there rolling in a swimming pool full of hose water.
Yes, you guys should come for just the sole benefit of seeing Ed roll around in a tarp full of water in the middle of a warehouse, which will be awesome.
If you want to see me with icicles sticking out of my nose, come to the race, one, and also come to the next Saturday's Adventure Summit. A couple of other announcements, just general announcements on March 27th through the 29th. I'm sorry. On March 27th through the 29th, that's our first day of the ACA certification class. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the Ohio Kayak Instruction Team or just want to become a better paddler yourself, come out, hang out with us. That is pretty expensive, I believe.
It's $650.
$650, not including room
And
and board.
this is actual ACA certification for instructors, so you will become some level of that. It's up through level 4.
Yeah.
There is no guarantee as to what level. That depends on your performance at it, and you are paying the fee to be both examined as well as instructed. But it is great in terms of having a lot of competent paddlers with safety at the front of their mind, working together, exchanging ideas, talking about past experiences, what works, what doesn't work. And the point of it all is to keep you safe while you're all out on the water, and that's something we all want to do always. So it's a great opportunity for those of you that are at that level or so inclined. Short of that, we will be teaching a Swiftwater course in Dayton shortly after that. So
that will be in April 18th and April 19th is the Swiftwater in Dayton. Definitely come out to that.
That will cover literally everything we're covering there, except for examining you for paddling instruction capabilities.
And that
so
one
it'll
is
be all the Swiftwater.
The Swiftwater class is $400.
Yep.
And again, we're staying in Confluence at it's literally IR's Airbnb.
Yeah.
So we're staying there. They have a hot tub. It's going to be a great time. We'll be on some of the rivers around there, Ohio Pile, hopefully Lower Big Sandy, some other stuff. The Lower Yock. Not Ohio Pile. I say Ohio Pile. I mean the Lower Yock.
I know what you mean. I mean, we're going to run the falls if we
and
can.
probably
so.
the Castleman. I hope so. I might be
fully
monstrous.
That's okay.
Maybe for you. I've got life to live yet.
Oh, that was ice cold.
Yeah.
I don't even have a beard this week, man.
I know you came home. You were on vacation time last week. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
If you missed last week's episode, Jeremy just came back from Pecan, Chile, and forgot a razor on his trip. The whole trip, apparently.
Yeah.
They probably sell those down there.
They do. It's just one of those things. Actually, it was sun protection. Seriously, the sun is extremely strong in Chile. The ozone layer is still a little bit weak above that, and the sun UV index was 11 the entire time, except for the one day that it rained, which was merciful relief. Because while y'all got hit with a negative 17 degrees, it was 95 degrees down there, and a heat emergency. And real quick on Pucón, it is confirmed in 100%. We are going to continue to do annual trips down there, and we'll post in detail about that with David and Pucón Kayak Retreat tagged in on Facebook, so you guys can get the details here shortly. But the trip will be early next year in the same time frame as this trip, and there will be a 2-week option. And again, we'll get into details on that. So I think that about wraps up.
Yeah, that's about our announcements. We know who you guys are here to see.
Yeah.
Pete, if you're around and want to start trying to join, I'll get us lined up. But all of you are here because you saw my teaser that we are sitting down to interview Pete Beck of River Kings Kayak, who we're super, super stoked to have on. Yes. It's great because he's met Jeremy like once.
Yeah.
And me. Oh,
there he is.
There he is. Flip that up. Ladies and gentlemen, the world famous,
the one
Pete
and only
Beck.
world famous Peter Beck.
Oh yeah.
So good to see you, Pete. I haven't seen you since the takeout for the upper Nantahala. I ran into you. I'm in the beginning of one of your Weeka River videos.
Oh yeah, right on.
But that was the day you got your hot whip.
Okay. Yeah.
I had picked up my small firecracker that same day.
Good deal.
We rode it down together.
Good deal. Well, yeah. Thanks for having me on. This is fun.
maybe hear you. We're testing. We're a little bit lag behind here. Okay, we can hear you on YouTube. We can't hear you through our headsets, so there's going to be a delay.
Huh.
This is
Standard
gonna be
technical
beautiful.
difficulties early in the days of doing this stuff.
Let me just text my support here.
No worries.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you here, Pete. That's awesome. And holy shit. Hey, brother, we got like a 30-second delay right now. We're getting it fixed.
Maybe if I...
Hey, Pete, if you have your little swimmer ding noise available,
Yeah.
Oh,
it'd probably be appropriate for us right now.
I might be able to pull that up.
We're working on it. Pete, entertain the crowd while we wait.
Oh yeah, I can dance, I guess. Do a victory dance for my Wilson Creek race that we had this past weekend.
Hell yes.
We're so far behind.
Should I click in and out and try that?
We just heard you talk about Wilson Creek. If you want to talk about that a little bit more, we're gonna figure out what we got going on.
Yeah, I was trying to make it down there, and I just could not swing it because I had just got back from Chile. But the Amy Beck Memorial Race happened this past Saturday.
It did.
No, it's totally not you. It's definitely on our end. So
Okay.
This is beautiful. Uh-oh. That's not working. But help.
I'm troubleshooting by text right now.
Love it.
We might get a little Jack cameo here.
Don't worry, he's running.
hear
He's
him.
running
I
down
hear
the
him down the
stairs right
stairs.
now. We hear him.
We'll get this figured out.
Just for reference, we are right by University of Cincinnati in the basement of a college rental house. So if we're gonna set the stage here,
I have no idea.
I swear, if it's that, I'm gonna die laughing.
It might be. Pete, if you want to try saying something.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Nope, that wasn't it. What about that one?
Still talking.
No, it's not working. No, that was the one we were first on. Pete, if you want to try saying something. Nope.
Oh man, this is not good.
This is not how we envision this, Pete.
No worries. Technology, it's good until it isn't.
So we're live streaming on YouTube. You can hear him on YouTube, but you can't hear him through our headset at all. And there's like a 30-second delay on YouTube.
Is it individual headsets?
Yeah, we're live streaming from this through YouTube.
Put the USB.
Can you speak now?
Can I speak now?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, hey,
we can hear him.
We got it right. Hey, everybody! Big shout out for Jack,
Thanks, Jack.
Ed's roommate.
Jack sounds like he is the right friend to have.
He is exactly the right friend to have.
Yeah, he's the one that owns all this stuff too. So we.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Pete, I wanted to thank you for coming on because, like I said, Jeremy's met you once. I met you once briefly, very, very briefly on the Ecoe 4 years ago. I'm sure you don't remember. It was like you were in an eddy, and I was like, "Hi, Pete," and then I paddled away because I was so scared. But super stoked to have you on. We're fired up. If you want to tell everybody what you're about and kind of what you're here for, what you're doing on the YouTube.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start. I grew up canoeing, camping, a little group called the Royal Rangers, kind of like the Boy Scouts, but kind of a church-based thing. And we had some really good leaders take us on some really fun trips, like Algonquin, Canada, and Everglades, and that sort of thing. But it was always a canoe. And then somewhere later in life, my dad wanted to get a canoe to take my mom, and it came with a kayak. So he asked me if I wanted to buy the kayak portion. I was like, okay.
Absolutely.
And it was a Old Town Otter. And so I got in it. I was like, wow, this thing is really fun, and like a lot more fun. I said, it's like a dirt bike instead of a school bus, Dad. This thing is awesome. And I just took to it, and wasn't expecting to like it that much. But after a week, I was like researching more kayaking things, and I saw whitewater kayaks. I guess
There you go.
I was like, these guys are going off waterfalls and stuff. Like, can't be that unstable, you know. And so about a week later, I found myself in Greensboro at Get Outdoors. Shout out to my friend Will Seeley and his operation. But there was whitewater kayaks, and I realized I was in like the kids department of kayaking, and I needed to get into one of these whitewater boats. So that's how I got into kayaking. And then my granddad always told me, my mom's dad always told me about a trip he did all the way down from Raleigh to the coast when I think 1937 or 8.
That is awesome.
Got out of college, and they did it in an old battleship canoe, aluminum canoes.
16-foot Grumman canoe. That's
I'm
what I
sure.
started in.
Yeah, that was in the 30s. So he told me that all about that story, and I thought that'd be fun. So I kind of always wanted to do that, and I did it one year, 231 miles in 6 days.
That is
All
awesome.
my friends were interested in that. My whitewater friends were not. They just wanted to do that. And then my non-whitewater friends, who are really just not kayakers, but they just thought, hey, that sounds fun. And so I invited them all to do it with me, and no one came. I did it another couple times. All of a sudden, everyone wanted to come.
So you
I went
soloed
and
it?
bought a bunch of boats, and we basically tailored a trip that they all can do. And they were all friends that I had working a military contract at the time, and so they knew how to suffer, how to be in the outdoors, but they just weren't kayakers. And but out on the river, we were just having a lot of fun, and it was rainy and muddy. They didn't have any correct gear, but we were all trying to have fun. We pulled up alongside this burger joint out in the middle of nowhere in the town of Rockford on the Yadkin River, and I happened to know it was there from doing a little map recon. And we pulled up in there and got this like gourmet hamburger. And I looked at the guys and I said, guys, y'all look like river gypsies, like straight up river gypsies. My friend Brian eating a burger, he's like, yeah, Pete, but took a big bite, goes, but we're eating like kings, river kings. And we're like, hey, that sounds good. So
That's
literally
crazy.
we made the name to make our other friends jealous for not coming. And we jammed out a quick logo. And I think we made T-shirts for the guys on the trip and the sticker to put on our
Yes.
coffee mugs, so that we could make them jealous while we drank our
Yep.
coffee. And then I made a little video because I was exploring doing some of that. And I tried to give them a DVD so they could watch it, but my computer was so old it would only burn like a 144 PI DVD. It was like pixels.
Yeah.
So I uploaded it to YouTube. Said, hey, watch it. It's under Pete Beck. And my friend Greg's like, hey, could you change that to River Kings on there? I was like, maybe. So I did it. So that is literally how I started my channel and how I come up with the name.
That's
No,
awesome.
yeah, no, there was no like pretense. Like
Yeah.
if I was going to start a channel, I would not call myself the king of anything. But we just felt like kings out there on the river hanging out with friends, and people started watching this stuff. So yeah, it's kind of like channel by accident, and I've just been having fun with it ever since.
I mean, you've nailed it. I've been paddling for probably 17 or 18 years. So I was an experienced paddler when I came on your channel, came across my algorithm for the first time years before I met you. And, typically I'm just watching the normal, waterfall videos, dashboard, empanada, whatever. But here comes your channel, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this before. I'll check this out. And I found I really, truly enjoyed your videos because they brought me back to a place of kayaking that kind of gets left out of all the Red Bull sponsored videos and the other ones, which is that the reason we're all out there is because we enjoy this. It's fun. It's a beautiful place. It's a way to spend time with friends that's unique, challenging, and as much as you want to make out of it. And it really helped remind me of why I ever started too, which was a very similar reason. Like, I grew up surfing barge waves on the Ohio River in a 16-foot metal Grumman canoe with my dad, and that boat was his dad's, and I have no idea how old it is. But yeah, your channel really just kind of reminded me of, and I enjoyed just watching it. I mean, it really was like being on a trip myself, and that was unique. I mean, I hadn't seen a just 100% hair boating video in my entire career of paddling. So I was like, this is actually nice. There's good music to it. It's narrated well. It's a river I've never seen in a lot of cases. Like the Haw, for example. I've not ever had a reason to be on the Haw. I mean, I've paddled a lot in North Carolina. I just not the Haw.
If you were coming to North Carolina paddling and you found your way to the Haw, you took some wrong turns.
but see, that's why I loved it, because I'm pretty sure that's the first video I saw. And so there was no whitewater aspect necessarily of the river I was paying attention to. It was just the quality of your presentation and the way that you guys do your group trips. And it was like, yeah, this is what it's all about, man. It's just like I'm out with my friends on whatever. Our local run that we do a lot of instruction on and everything is a class 1+, 2- at high water.
That's generous.
Like 6 spots, maybe. Oh, yeah. So we spent a lot of time on relatively flat-ish water with some eddy lines to work on, especially with our beginning instruction. And that's all new for me. That happened out of nowhere, literally by random last year when I ran into Eric for the first time in over a decade. And he was like, hey, I'm doing this kayak construction thing. You want to help out? And I was like, sure. And that's how I met Ed at one of the first pool sessions he was running, and all of a sudden, here we are.
Yeah, I've been watching your y'all's uploads and the things and the little reels you do, and I think it's I mean, it's a good thing, and I think you're really hitting an audience that needs that. So
yeah, it's weird because the kayaking community is so small. Yeah. Eric and I were at Golly Fest, and people were coming up and like, hey, you're Ed from Ohio Kayak Instruction. And I was like,
isn't that's so weird? I'm so
like,
weird.
Sure, I've been in like 2 reels, but
it's happened to me too on the rivers and stuff. And I'm like, this is a different experience. Like, it's usually like, hey,
doing this channel thing, and it's morphed, and I've never actually had a strategy for the channel. It's just literally whatever I'm doing, I'm filming it and let's make some sort of video out of it. And but I remember the first time someone came up and shook my hand, like, Pete Beck. I was like, yes, sir. I was like, I've probably built this guy's house, or so. I know this
right,
guy, I remember. And then he's like, I watch all your videos, and man, they're really an inspiration. I was like, oh, thank you. My wife was over here like, what? Like, my kids are like, are you kidding? Like, so
that's awesome.
It's weird the first time, and then little by little, I found that it's meant a lot to folks out there to have that resource. So it is fun when I love meeting people, and for me, that's the most rewarding part of all of it. As you may know, doing YouTube for kayaking is not going to pay any bills.
No.
So maybe doing it for another reason.
Yeah.
I love meeting the folks, and it just never gets old to me when people come up and say hey and all that kind of stuff. It's I've met basically everyone on the channel now I only know because of the channel. And a lot of my older friends that were my friends before weren't really kayakers. And so we still do things on occasion, but it's hard to get them out kayaking. And all the regulars on the kayaking channel now are there, besides OG Justin. He was one of my earliest kayaking buddies. Everyone else is someone that I met via the channel.
That's awesome.
Whether it be on a trip, just a random guy on a trip meets us and then seems like a nice guy, so we end up paddling. So how it all works out is kind of fun, but
it is
all good dudes.
Yeah, man, that's sweet. Real quick, for anyone in the chat, if you have any questions you want to hear Pete answer, go ahead and ask them. We'll get them to him, and we've got a lot of stuff lined up. And we're, like I said, Pete, it's like I'm starstruck again. It's like I'm in that eddy, and I'm like, "Hi, Pete." You know,
Well,
just
if this was in real life, you'd be less starstruck because I'm shorter, uglier, and less impressive in real life. So,
Hey,
sorry to everyone who meets me and they're like, "Oh, I was kind of expecting more." I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
I've met you in real life. I've seen
Yeah.
you out of a boat. You look totally normal to me.
Oh man.
so we've been talking about the River Kings here, and a lot of YouTubers really only post the good stuff. You know, the big drops, the cool tricks, the sick lines. But you kind of have a different channel in kayaking as a way, just because that you post everything. I mean, you literally have a video called "The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly."
Yes.
That's a
And
good
so,
one.
what led you to that style as opposed to just getting it out
Yeah.
and making yourself look good?
So basically, if I go back just a little bit, just like the channel started on accident, everything in the channel that I do is almost I can't take credit for, but I do want to tell stories. I love telling stories, and when my kids were really small, I called it baby jail, but I really couldn't. I stopped paddling for a while when they were small, so I could raise kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when one of them was napping or the other one was just in that toddler phase, you can't really do anything. You can't go anywhere. You just have to be present. But I would watch a channel called Miles Paddled from up in like Wisconsin or Minnesota. He just had a bow camera and he would go down all these little creeks. And I found myself enjoying that in the absence of being able to get out in the boat. And so when my wife bought me a GoPro, it was like, why don't you film some stuff instead of just telling me the stories? I was like, okay. Then I wanted to like film things in a way that would tell the story.
Sure.
And the story happens. It's just up to you to tell it. And sometimes it's the good, the bad, or the ugly, but it's all going to be in there. And so that aspect has always been part of the channel, and it started with those longer trips and like the touring boats, where you're doing a day paddling, and I would kind of break up the videos to one day at a time, and that particular day has a story, and then the whole trip has a story, like a bigger arc. And I just enjoyed getting home and having that creative outlet to turn video into a story.
Yeah.
I was doing that a little bit, adding a little music. I'm a musician, I'm a drummer, so I just like creativity.
Nice.
But my mom was telling me, the video's nice, but we don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh, no, these are like trip memories for us. She goes, well, that's fine, but I don't know what's going on. You should narrate it. And I was like, narrate? Who narrates a kayak video? No one does that. And so I
Exactly.
tried
No
it.
one does that,
No
which
one-
is what's great about yours. That's what
Yeah.
caught my attention.
So and I was like, all right, so how do I do it? And the first one was like, I don't know, some of them are kind of embarrassing going back now, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, we'll tell the story. It's kind of like half Band of Brothers, half Lord of the Rings, and half kayak trip.
I
And
mean, you can't go wrong with that
yeah.
combo.
And so I did it, and when I made it, I showed some of my friends, and they're like, "No, that I can't listen to that. No, go back to the music." Then other people were like, "Oh, it's so good." But one of my friends, Chris Dustin, who did the trips with us, I used to call him my millennial, like I guess the checker to see if the video was going to hold your attention.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
he's a
Ed is.
millennial, and he's a skimmer. Well, he said he would play them in the car when he was driving to and from, not even looking at the videos, but just hearing the noise and hearing the story from the narration. He said it was like an audiobook and it kept
It
his
is.
attention. So I was like, well, I guess I'll tell stories. And then fast forward that through the years, that everything that happens on the trip is part of the story. Well, in whitewater, my son wanted to be a whitewater kayaker. And so when he came to me and asked me to teach him, I was like, yeah, like, because I never pushed him, but that's your dream, is that your children are interested in what you're
Yeah.
interested in. And then you could really help them get out there and do that.
It's awesome.
So when I started doing that, I was like, there's no videos out here for the absolute day one beginner in whitewater. Like I just didn't
100%.
feel like some of the better stuff I always watched, like back in the day, would be Eric Jackson. But if you weren't there with Eric in person, the videos, you're going to get a lot more out of that video if you're already kind of a
Familiar.
budding class 3 paddler.
Yes.
And so, but like I'm talking about, you don't know which side is up on your paddle, and you're holding it backwards. Like
How to put
day
a spray
one,
skirt on.
yeah. And so I told my friends, hey, if you want to paddle with me in the next few years, go get a whitewater boat because I'm diving back into that because my son wants to do it. And I'm teaching him, I might as well teach you too, so we can all go paddling together. And I made the videos of our outings so they could see themselves in the mistakes and kind of break it down like I did in sports, where they would show you,
Yep.
hey, you're terrible at this. Look at this. Why are you doing this? But they got a lot out of it, and then that's what really took on in the whitewater world. Because as you say, there's all the young bucks and the Red Bull athletes and the team guys really pushing the sport, but it's unattainable for most people. And 90% of kayakers are never going to do any of that, or maybe more, like 95%.
I think
But
it's
everyone wants to enjoy it. And so if they see other people starting and being terrible, it kind of breaks down that barrier that they feel when they watch like a Dane Jackson fly off a 100-foot waterfall,
exactly.
Yeah. So
The swimmer bell itself, and this is a true story. Actually, I was talking to him on my drive home from base today, but a friend of mine who I taught to paddle initially out of, hey, I'm running out of paddling friends. They had kids, they're eddied out, and I've been eddied out myself. But so I got my buddy Kyle to start paddling, and he took to it right away. And what's funny is like, you probably went through the same thing, I'm guessing. Like, when I was learning to paddle, it was with a group of better paddlers with a borrowed boat, and they were like, hurry. I learned on the Ocoee, was my first river, and a borrowed RPM, and then a T Canyon.
yeah,
Which
sink or
is a
swim.
12-foot. Yeah, I had lots of swimming actually, but I always made it through Grumpy's, which was my main thing because I had raft guided it, so I at least knew what I was in for. But they're like, you got to hurry up because we want to get to the New River Dries and the Golly, and I'm like, the what?
Yeah.
Like I'd rafted it a bunch. I'm like, no way, and they're like, yeah, this fall. Like it's like okay, but there's a lot of pressure to not swim in particular was a big thing. And Kyle felt the same way learning to boat with me because he's like, you've been doing this for over, 18 years or whatever at that point. And he's like, I feel so bad when I swim. I'm like, don't. I've swam so many times, I have no idea. Like, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But just like I wouldn't take my friend's advice, and I got self-conscious about it, which actually slowed down my development.
Yeah.
Kyle mentioned on the way, when I was talking to him on the way here, he's like, watching those River King videos with the bell is what, for him, normalized it and turned it from a like internal, like, ah, shoot, I'm swimming again, everybody's gonna be mad at me, or I suck, or whatever, but negative thoughts, into a, hey, this is funny, and now you got to wear a sticker on your helmet, like, because he was like, it's like a football helmet, It's like, except for it's not for a good play necessarily, but it's for a good time for everybody else. It's funny, it's happening to everybody out there, and I'm like, that's what I was trying to tell you, but your videos are what showed him that and taught him that, and I was there when he basically like switched his mind kind of instantaneously. And I was like, that's super cool because it helps normalize stuff that people do fear and does affect their development. Because I know it messed with me back in the day.
Yeah, my buddy had a couple friends that were kind of starting a channel and running mostly in wreck boats. And the reason I found their channel is because I was trying to research kayak camping on the Yadkin River here in North Carolina. Okay. There's no information on it, and it's not a highly sought after river. But there was these two guys out there making videos, and I could tell they were really new at kayaking. And one of them would always flip, and the other one would never help him. Was always waiting. So I got to know both of them, and Shane was the one who swam all the time, and Kevin was the one who didn't. And so I told Shane, it's like, I got a plan. And he goes, what's your plan? It's like, I'm going to invite Kevin whitewater paddling. And
so that's that swim. Kevin.
Yeah, that's Kevin.
That's Kevin.
Kevin Champ, the wandering electrician. So
the one,
yeah. So Kevin agreed to go to whitewater kayaking for the first time with me, borrowing my old Hefe and a helmet and a paddle and a PFD.
Yes.
And we went to Wilson Creek because that's where you take someone for the first time.
Absolutely.
So I told Shane, the water's low, but I'm going to take him to Wilson Creek, and he's going to swim.
Yeah.
And he's like, you think he's going to swim? I was like, no, I know
he's going to swim.
I was like, here's the thing, though. He's going to swim a lot of times, and we're going to go back, me and you, and you're going to swim, but through the creation or the power of creative editing, you're going to swim less than him. And finally beat him at this. So he's like, oh, I like this plan. So I invited Kevin.
That's awesome.
We had a blast. He swam 13 times on Wilson Creek.
Yes.
And went out and bought a boat the next day. And then, you see, he's loved it. Shane never did go paddling, but we wanted to highlight how many times he swam. So I put a number with the bell. Bong, 1, 2, 3. And I thought everyone would like the video. All I got was people liking the bell. And I was like, again, it's an accident. And so I started doing the bell, and I thought about what you're saying. Like, part of the good, bad, and ugly, like you're saying, these pro boaters are, for a long time, the people that kind of had the monopoly on videos. They're trying to be sponsored boaters, trying to be team guys and things. So they can't really, in their own mind at least, afford
to show that part of it.
So they hide their swim.
Oh, I know.
Down. Everyone starts hiding the swims, and people can feel that. It's like, oh, these are something we should hide. They're shameful,
Yeah.
And so come self-conscious of when everyone swam. I have not swam a lot in my career, thankfully.
Knock on wood.
But it wouldn't happen. Well, I swam before, and I'm sure I'll swim again. But I haven't swam a lot. But it doesn't matter if you swim a lot or a little, it's going to happen. And when it does happen, you need to know that every single boater on earth has been there before too. And like, this is your worst moment that you had to live in front of the camera that the whole world's going to see. And for that, you're now in the elite kayaking order of the River King swim team, and you get the bell.
Exactly.
So it's like a brotherhood you don't want to join, but that you're glad you're a part of later. So
yeah, and it really does help so much with addressing that issue. It's a great
part
thing.
of it. Swimming's a part of it.
Oh God,
everybody will.
Yep.
One of the comments right now, I agree too. The goat yelps you have.
Okay, so the goat yelps. Make him a buddy Chafin, and he paddled with me some in the first paddling career I had before the kids. And we did the Ocoee, and he did pretty good. And that was kind of the last thing we did. I kind of got him up to that level, and he got out of it. So we're coming back into it when we go to Kibler, which is this little continual flow class 2, but it's cold. It comes out of the bottom of a mountain lake, and it's kind of still spring, so it's not really warm outside. And he looks at it and he goes, "Is that all we're paddling?" I'm like, looking out the windows like, "I think that might be enough for you today." We started laughing. He busts on the first rapid, and he didn't have a dry suit. He didn't fit mine because he works out. He's a pretty big fella. And he came out of the water, and I was laughing because he had a look on his face with 100% discomfort from the cold. And, and he was making a weird noise like, "Ooh." And I was like, I couldn't tell if he was having trouble breathing or if he was hurt. I was like, I'm laughing. I'm like, but are you okay? And he's like,
yeah,
it's cold, bro. And he couldn't even speak. And so on the way home, he said, I felt like I sounded like one of those fainting goats or screaming goats. Then the goat was born. Like, everything is just an accident that happens and takes a little life of its own. But
I mean, that's the beauty of it. That goat is hilarious.
You can't make something like, here's my plan. I'm going to go do this and make it funny. Or people, I just can't figure that out. I guess.
Yeah, it has to come naturally.
It does.
It's just disingenuous and doesn't work.
Yep.
But yours does. It's good. That goat is awesome.
Yeah, the beater goat.
So, as you kind of alluded to, you're very wide paddle. You paddle seems like anything that has water in it.
Yeah.
Is there any particular style of paddling that you find most attractive, or that you would call your favorite?
So this is probably the most asked question I get from folks, like, which would you choose? And I kind of lean towards the kayak camping if I only had to do one, but I think I would cheat and do kayak
whitewater
stretch. Whitewater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a total immersion. I mean, I grew up camping and I love camping just in general, but when you can put everything you have or need for a week or longer in a kayak,
yes,
and float down a river, and all you're doing is enjoying the day, or if it's a really rowdy river, you're just trying to get through rapids, and then at some point, I got to find a place to live tonight, to camp, set up camp, and you wake up and slide off into that river again, and whether you're with friends or solo, big group or small group. It's just a kind of a different. Um, it's more sincere experience in nature, maybe you could say. But the
Yes.
whitewater provides a whole different avenue. It's a lot of technicality, and like you have to rise to the occasion if you're kind of
Yes.
testing yourself. There is some adrenaline involved. Over time, you kind of realize the adrenaline is the enemy, and you kind of want to just find the flow and just make music out there, so to speak, with it. But you're completely, a lot of times, solely focused on what's in front of you and just getting down the rapid. Where when you're kayak camping,
Sure.
there's moments to just sit there for 10 minutes and soak in a view or a sunset or sunrise. And so
100%.
it's hard to choose. I just like to do both of them.
Yeah. I figured that would be like having a dad choose a favorite kid, which
Yeah.
is our next question for you.
Well, my dad had no problem with that.
So one of our viewers here, he wants to know what your suggestions on the first 5 rivers in order for a beginner. This is
In
a
North
loaded question.
Carolina?
Anywhere.
Okay,
All,
anywhere?
all up to you.
Okay, so wow, that's a I'll start this by answering it maybe not in the way they thought. I personally learned how to roll before I got on any river because I had a pond in the backyard.
Wise choice.
And so
I didn't.
I didn't have rivers to go to, but I could do 4 or 5 hours a day. And I'm a little obsessive, so once I started, I wouldn't stop. I could roll. I probably had a class 5 roll and class 1+ skill when I started.
That's a good
This
way
is
to do it.
very helpful. And so when P5, my son Pete wanted to get into it. I'm the 4th, Pete the 4th, so he's Pete the 5th, so that's P5. So when P5 wanted to get into it, I told him I will take you, but not until you learn to roll. So he learned to roll in a pool in about 3 hours. Then we would go to the lake probably 2, 3, 4 times a week for an hour or 2 at a time till they got bored, just rolling and doing flat water drills. And so when they got to the first rivers, they were prepared. So I would say pool, lake, whatever you have to do to get a solid roll and kind of look at it like an investment strategy, which is a terrible talk when you're trying to talk kayaking. But if you do a little work up front the right way, it's going to provide a lot of return down the road. So I think
Pay me now, pay me later.
yeah, exactly. So the fun choice is to get on a river.
Yeah.
But you're just going to survive, and you're going to have fun, but you're not
You're gonna
boating
swim.
yet. You're surviving.
Swimming with a boat.
Yeah. And so I would say just spend a month or 2 or whatever it takes to get a reliable roll that you're at least somewhat comfortable with, and then take it to a river. So I would say your 2 choices are whether you want to learn how to boat in water or boat in rocks. And around here where I live,
The
it's rock
southeast,
interaction.
it's rocks.
Yes. The rocks are what we have on the Hall. And when it gets really high, it turns into water. But if you started on the Ocoee, you're going to learn water and flow and those kind of things. But then I could bring you to Wilson, and I've seen people just crumble because they've never touched a rock
Right.
in the middle of the rapid. So I prefer to start with rocks because that seems to be the thing that messes most boaters up. And then we'll move to flow. But it's tough, like rivers anywhere. I'd say whatever you are starting kayaking, I have some rivers to put on your list. Tellico, Wilson Creek. Like
100%.
if you are wanting to learn whitewater boating, put those 2 rivers on your list. Wilson Creek, I believe, is the best step-up river to go from class 2, 3, and then to start exploring creeking in class 4.
Absolutely.
And then you can run it so low that you can kind of tailor the trip for almost anybody with skill level wise. Tellico is going to be like true boofing and vertical ledges. Like you need about 6 feet to know if you actually boofed or if you just bounced off a rock.
Right.
So everyone thinks they're boofing. No, they're slamming their bow into a rock.
Yeah, that's not a move.
Yeah, they hit the water again before they tip over. So when you hit the baby falls, you'll know if you can boof, and most of the time you can't. You do the
and then you get to go down diaper wiper.
we call it and I almost hate to say this. I debated whether to say it, but I knew it was going to come up. We call it the Ohio boof. Are you familiar?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
so we're familiar. We're
We
very
get a bad
familiar.
name for that.
How
Yeah,
did that happen? I don't know how that got the name.
We actually asked that early on because I hadn't heard of it at one point, and I was like, "Where did it come from?" And they're like, "Because you all do it." And so,
Well,
like,
we all do it too. So
Yeah, I don't know why it got deemed on us, but if you ever run the Upper Yak
yes,
on
I have.
National Falls,
Yeah.
that kind of sneak line that's not
Yep.
the boof line, they call that the Ohio line, and most people go through that like this. So I wonder if that had anything to
I
do with
do
it.
think there is part of it as a component of the Ohio State contribution of the OHIO thing that they
Yeah,
all
it
do
could
up
be.
there.
Yeah.
I think that might be tied into it because I heard it in West Virginia a lot. I boated until I ran into these guys randomly. I'm from Ohio, but I had a couple friends from Ohio who paddled for a decade together with, but I was always in West Virginia, Tennessee, or North Carolina, always. And then down to the Chattooga or wherever, but also out west, Colorado. So like, but a lot of people thought I was a West Virginia boater just because that's closest to us.
Yeah.
So I can be in Fayetteville in 4 hours and have friends that live, right there at Fayette Station. That's
Yeah.
a 2-minute drive. So I'd be boating there all the time or whatever. But I had Ohio tags, and especially a little earlier, a couple decades ago or whatever, it was a liability to drive down Route 19 in West Virginia with Ohio plates because the only thing you could do worse than that, and it's not a Grateful Dead sticker, it's have a kayak on top.
Yeah.
Because
Like, oh,
you're
no.
just getting pulled over.
I got you.
That
man.
absolutely happened, but yeah, I think the Ohio booth just also got tied in with the Ohio boaters are a
Yeah.
special breed. They
Probably
they
like
come from
the
far
term
away and make
somewhere
it
it
look
started
weird.
and it just stuck.
I don't know why we got stuck with the bad name because we're on
I
like
wear
the
it with
Achille or
pride.
something, and people ask me where I'm from. I was like, oh, I'm from Ohio, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, that's there should be
like,
called the
ah.
Ohio Sigh because it's like
yeah, I don't get it, but I think we're nice people. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I live in Kentucky now, so I'm
Oh
safe.
yeah, get away from us.
I'm safe.
We have fun here, Pete.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of multi-day trips, you said that you would do kayak camping as your number one favorite. Is there any piece of equipment that you cannot go without on any of your multi-day trips? And then what would your typical loadout be for like, I don't know, a 3-day or something like that?
You should just link to one of your videos for that one.
Yeah, that's right. This is the magic box.
I have the same one.
Yep. So, and then my buddy Alan prints that liner out, holds all your cards and batteries and everything. So it's funny, like all the things that you need to survive and eat and sleep. I worry probably more about this box than the rest. Of it.
No, it's funny how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah. And on the Grand Canyon, especially,
Yeah.
I was out there and at the end, that's 21 days on the water. So
Yep.
I had all those cards are 256 gig cards, and you don't want too many eggs. Like you don't want a giant card and then lose the card and then you've lost the
yes.
trip. But you don't want to change cards on the water. I learned that lesson too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So basically, I would like change the card every day, and that way, if I lost a camera off my head, then I wouldn't lose. But one day. So I had 5 terabytes of cards coming down the river, and the batteries, those are consumables. The cameras themselves, like it's just gear that's gonna wear out and get destroyed or whatever. But that SD card, the footage is
Irreplaceable.
Yeah. So I had rafts, and then I had the back of my kayak, and coming up to Lava Falls, you're like
Time to stow everything.
well, no, because rafts get ripped off the frame and then it's gone. Everything tied to that raft is at the bottom of the Grand Canyon forever. And it's like, well, I guess it's on me. So I just had it kind of carabinered in the back of my boat, and like, if you see me in the boat floating, get the boat first. Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Just get the boat.
I love hammocks though, as far as actual gear.
Yeah.
Hammock camping. I love it. So
Huge fan.
My whole mantra when I'm teaching someone how to, kayak camp or just camp in general is that no matter how bad a day can get, if you know you can sleep warm and dry,
Yes.
then you can suffer through just about anything. So, a good sleep system, and the tarp, the hammock, and the quilts, and then have that in good dry bags. So no matter what happens, pull that out at the end of the day, you'll be set, and then everything else is just you need food, but a luxury after that. If you can sleep warm and dry, you're fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the
Staying
most
warm and
critical
dry
thing.
is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this brings us into a pop question, the one
Okay.
that I'm sure everybody at home is really interested in, and not just me because I just got one, but some of us would like a review, just an update on the Alibaba dry suit and how that is
Oh, yeah.
going.
So the
This is
Alibaba
what,
dry
4
suit,
years in now?
yeah, 4 years in. I haven't. I've switched to. I've been wearing. I wore IR for about a year or two. Then I took a Palm to the Grand Canyon. I've been kind of going back between those two now. The Alibaba has been on every kayak camping trip though, because someone in the group always doesn't have a dry suit, and some of those guys are pretty big. And fortunately, the Alibaba dry suit came in big enough to fit Yeti, so it was like ridiculous on me. But I can get any friend into the Alibaba. So Dan and some of the guys, they've been wearing them, and it keeps everybody dry all this time later. So yeah, I think we're 4 years
That's good
in or
news.
close to it, and
Very good news for
still
you, Ed.
kicking strong.
I used my Christmas present this year was the Alibaba dry suit, and the only source that I used to proof check it was yours. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
glad that you didn't lie and put
Yeah.
a fake video out.
I think they may have watched it because everything I complained about, like this was a weird.
Oh, they changed
They
it.
changed it and they fixed it all. So
I
the
don't
guys
doubt
that
at
bought
all
them.
that they did.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So it'll be
But-
dry forever now.
Yep, and I know several folks
That's
who
Rahul
wear
had
them
one.
exclusively. Like they just, and economically for someone kind of having trouble, justifying $1,000 plus on a dry suit.
Yeah.
If you can get it for like $200, and
Yeah.
if it only lasts 2 seasons,
Still a cost savings over
Yeah,
5
a
years.
season, you're still coming out cheaper than a big dry suit.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a positive return on investment.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
goal was make it get me out of college, and then I can buy one and be expensive with it.
Yeah.
But I
And
haven't
that's-
used it yet.
Yeah.
I'm
I
looking
kind of
forward
made
to
that video because I saw a couple guys with them on the river. I was like, "What brand is that?" And they're like, "It's Alibaba. You ought to try it." And I'm like,
You ever heard of them, Alibaba?
I was sitting there with my finger on the cursor, like, am I ever going to see this dry suit? And is this the end of my bank account? I didn't know, like,
exactly.
And then it came right away, and then I was happy. But I kind of wanted to explore that because it was an option for there's a group of people, whether they just kayak fish or they're just stubborn. I'm not spending more on my dry suit than I did on my boat. And I was like, well, you can get a new boat too, and then solve that.
There you go. You can even it out.
Yeah. But I
You'll
want
feel
to see
better.
people in a dry suit because it's safer, and any dry suit, an Alibaba dry suit is great, but it's better than nothing.
Yep.
And you can't argue that it's not that. So if someone can look at a $200 dry suit and buy it, and it'll save their life, then I think everybody's happy.
Yeah,
So-
the reason I pulled the trigger on it was for our ACA course in Ohio Pile in March. I figure that's not going to be exactly the warmest kayaking experience, swiftwater experience you can have.
Yeah.
But hoping it stays intact and
I mean,
and works.
yeah, we've had some swims in it, several swims from different guys, and everyone comes up wanting to borrow it again the next time. So I guess it's still working and it's still dry. So I think after like 3 years, if you stand in the water for a long time, I think the socks soak up a little water. But I mean that's
Pretty
any dry
marginal.
suit.
3 years.
Yeah, that's not unheard of in Kokatat either.
Good to know. Good to know. And Pete, finally, with our final question here. If you had to make a mission statement for the River Kings kayaking, what do you think that would be?
So I read that question, and I was thinking like maybe I'll come up with some nice altruistic like catchphrases, but I think basically the long and short of it is that I'm having fun, And I literally just want to share that fun with folks, and then also just share the beauty of creation together, those two things, because it's an incredible pastime and it is fun. So basically I'm just having fun, and the videos are just a byproduct of what we're already doing. And as long as I can keep having fun and people will keep watching, I'll keep making the videos, because I just want to connect people with that. Be a force for good, something the whole family can watch, tell a fun story, but basically just documenting memories. So when I'm old in a nursing home, I can pull up my channel and remember me and all my friends. And then if you can't get out like I was in baby jail, for whatever reason in your life, you can't get out and get on a river, maybe you can pull up River Kings and come down a river with me. So
Related.
that's the whole thing, just a creative outlet to enjoy and share the fun of kayaking. So,
well, you do it wonderfully, and that kind of leads right into something we'd like to just put out there is, so since we are Yankees, we do border the northern side of the Appalachians, and we do travel a lot. And I'm in touch with Hunter White with Kayak Georgia, and so we started last year. We're 1 year old, and we had no idea it was going to go this fast or grow this fast, or that I'd be taking a group of students to Chile, which I just got back from, which was wild. But point of all this is our whole mission statement is the same. It's you're out here to do this because you enjoy it. It's fun. You get to see and experience things that are unaccessible by any other vessel.
yep.
And that requires a progression of skill depending on what you want to do. But if your end goal is you like to paddle the Nantahala and that's it, that's awesome. I'll paddle it with you all the time. I can go on any piece of water and have a blast. But more to the point of community and growing it, we're always on the road. And if y'all would ever like to meet up somewhere, or even if any of you guys are ever friends, or any of the River Kings community at large are ever trying to get to West Virginia, New York, Pennsylvania, any of the places up north a little bit, we have lots of resources in those areas because we're there so often. Though I actually am in North Carolina a whole lot, because that's my favorite state to paddle in. But anyway, point is between us at the north, Hunter and Kayak Georgia all the way down in the south, and you kind of in the heart of it all, even though that's our state's slogan. But you're right in North Carolina in the middle. It would be a nice way to join together all three groups to send people each other's ways to be able to meet up with groups of new paddlers. Not necessarily yourself, but just anyone, or us specifically either. But there's like 100+ people in our group at this point that all have to go somewhere to paddle because they're all in Ohio, Kentucky, or Indiana, which, believe it or not, like Ohio's
a little flat.
Yeah, it's not full of whitewater rivers.
Yeah, I've driven out that way.
Hey, we've got some creeks, and we do have a clean 20-foot waterfall, but it takes about 2.5 inches of rain to run.
The water's not clean either.
Well, yeah, it's a clean drop, Ed.
Unclean water, clean drop.
Yeah, it's very dirty water. It's literally sewer water and farm water.
Yum.
But yeah, anyway, we'd love to see you all out on the waters out there, and through Facebook, other means, and other stuff. And we have a website, ohiokayakconstruction.com, where events are posted that we're doing, as well as trips. Like Ed and I are leading a couple beginner trips down to North Carolina, and then actually there's an opportunity to do some wilderness first aid instruction with Haley McPhee from Nantahala Outdoor Center. Going to be coming up this summer too, so we'll be around. But point of it is just to try an open channel of meeting other paddlers to get on different rivers and different places, all the way from Georgia up to Ohio, which more or less means Pennsylvania, but because you're probably not going to want to paddle in Ohio too much. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there that we have the exact same goal. It's just get out in the water, have fun, smile, high five all the ways down the river, laugh about it at the end, and get some good food and crash.
Oh yeah,
Cry.
I would love to, and I've probably shown more people down Wilson than anything, and it's one of those rivers that canalizes its flow, so you can do it abysmally low or like raging, and it, that's my favorite kind of creaking. So,
and I haven't seen 2.0 yet. So I was
It's
at the green when Helene hit, and I escaped to Nantahala we were the two last cars to cross the bridge in Bryson City. The cop was like, cross now, you're done. And then we ended up camped out on the Nantahala, like with the roads parked, cars, trucks, and parked on the road because the water was up so high there. And rode that out. But I haven't got back to Wilson, obviously, and I have not seen 2.0 yet. So I'm really looking forward to getting back down there because that used to be one of my favorite creeks to run.
I think it's better at flow. It's
I do too.
It's a little bit better. It's different, but basically it's scoured because the bottom of that river is bedrock. It's not like something else. So in that bedrock, in the pockets where all the cobble and the gravel and the sand that built up over the years, well, Helene took all that out.
Yeah, wiped it out.
So it's super, super low flows. It's better because it's, deeper. But where the manky spots are, it's worse. See, it's more manky. It's horrible. Where it used to be that you were struggling to get through the nothing in between the big ones. Now, like when it's really low, it's like the entrance to 10-foot triple, it's the manky part. So it still goes at all levels, but at flow, it's just glorious now. It's flowier.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I've never run it, and it's been on my list because I've been watching the River Kings for so long.
But
and you'll be there this year for sure.
Talking to your question, I've taken Hunter and some of the boys up from Kayak, Georgia, and we did a day on Wilson, and then I just recently went down to them and did the Chattahoochee. They did a memorial powder for our buddy Thomas, but I'm all about meeting up and showing folks down and
awesome, man. Us too.
Call me anytime you want to come, and we'll try to make it happen.
Cool. Awesome, Pete. Really appreciate it, man. Because we pretty much that's all we do anymore, which is great. I think I paddled like 270 plus days last year.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. It's a lot of those were instructional days because we were
not that many.
Well, but on Wednesdays we're paddling 5:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. and I'm driving the base in between. Yeah, well, so Eric would have joined us, but Eric's kids are 6 and 3 or 5 and 3. 5 and 3. So Eric is currently in that phase of his life, which is why he's unfortunately had to miss out on a lot of the podcast stuff. But he also said to send his condolences for not
raising his kids, and his kids are much more important than some podcast on Wednesday.
But that's why he's not here. But he did want me to express his regret for not making it, and is very much looking forward to getting the crew down there as well, and traveling a whole lot more than he has been.
Yeah. Sure. And then one final question from the chat here, Pete, before we let you go. Yeah. Do you have a favorite river to kayak camp on, or one that you would suggest the most?
The Grand Canyon.
Yes. The Grand Canyon is tough.
Realistic one.
Yeah. So I took the guys camping on the Yadkin. And so it's not a destination river at all. But it was a 4-day trip, and after like 2 days, they were all tiresome in the boat, and it was kind of apparent that they didn't want to do this more than like maybe one night or two. And so they're like, well, we'll just do smaller trips. Well, my buddy Greg called and was like, what's the best kayak camping river in the Southeast? I was like, the best? He's both the Greenbrier in West Virginia. It's about 150 miles, no dam, mostly like national forest, and just it's as good as it gets for a week-long trip in the eastern United States, and without going up into Canada or something. And so we did that, and it's hard to catch because if it's too low, it's a shoal bottom. It just becomes universally shallow. It's not like canalized. And so third week in May is great if you want to plan that. But I would say if you were going to choose a river on the East Coast, I would definitely say the Greenbrier. It's class 1 and 2, almost all day, every day, especially at the top. It mellows a little bit to the bottom, but you get bigger rapids and a couple class 3s, the big one being Bacon Falls. Mm-hmm. And then it ends into the new river at Hinton. Yep. So if you're adventurous, you can continue down and catch Brook Falls for a big finale. But the guys in our group, that's the one that they talk about the most. And then if you do it right, you can get like what we call a food truck tour of West Virginia. You're in the wilderness and you come around the corner and there's a one building town and it's a restaurant, Riverside. So you eat pancakes.
Yes.
And then you
I
leave,
know
and
it.
you're back in the wilderness, and then the next town you eat another breakfast skillet, whatever you want, and you can do this all the way down. So it makes it kind of nice.
They have some of the most underrated roadside food, I believe, in the country.
Yeah.
It's pretty phenomenal. They,
Pete, we can't thank you enough for coming on again.
Absolutely.
Truly,
we really
truly.
appreciate it. We know it was a risk for you because you don't know us, and we really
Oh no,
appreciate
no,
that.
I've seen your videos. I knew it was all going
And
to be good.
it's
We're a
awesome.
brand risk ahead.
Yeah, we are a brand risk. You can't put me and Jeremy in a room together.
with
We
our
might ruin
technical
it.
difficulties.
Yeah, and bearing through the technical difficulties. We've been doing this for a little bit, and we've had no guest on, so you were really taking a good chance on us here.
I've been there too. The first time I did it, I was just like, you're on a wing and a prayer, hoping you got everything figured out, and you don't. But there's only one way. It's like jumping in the water. You only one way to get better. You have to
Very
get in there.
much. That's why I said the swimmer bell when we couldn't get connected. It was very appropriate there. As I ripped my headphones off from leaning back too fast.
I put Pete's YouTube channel in the chat. If you have
Yes.
never heard of the River King, he's got some of the best long form kayak content out there.
And no matter who you are watching this, if you haven't checked it out, like I said, like it's incredibly entertaining and just relaxing to watch. It really is like watching kind of a nature video that's funny, and also it's something you do if you're watching this podcast. You will love it if by some rare chance you have not ran into Pete's channel yet. But definitely shout them out and give them a look.
Again, Pete, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
I hope I'll see you on the river sometime.
Yeah, we'll be
this
in
year.
touch, man. I'll get in touch with you, and Ed will, and we'll come meet up with you wherever you are.
Well,
You doing
yeah,
Week
thanks
of
for
Rivers this
reaching out,
year?
and thanks for having me, and it's been a blast. And let me know if you want to do it again sometime, and then I'll have to
Absolutely.
return a favor. And next time I'm too lazy to come up with a video or something, I have one of those nights, I'll just have to reach out and say, "Let's go."
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Live.
ask
More than
Ed,
happy
yeah.
to.
All it takes is a phone call, and I'm in my truck on the road, man.
Awesome.
That's kind of how I go. So I'll
Right
be
on.
there. Well, thank you so much, Pete. It's been a true pleasure, man. It's great seeing you again, and we'll see you this year somewhere on the water.
That'll work.
All right,
good, man.
looking forward to it, sir.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete. Take care. All right.
And there we go. We figured it out how to leave too and everything.
I knew
it wasn't even that awkward.
Pete obviously was going to know how to exit the chat better than we know how to
just in
exit the
case.
chat.
So
So while you're at it, you can like, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that stuff to
Yeah.
our channel too if you want to see more of this nonsense. But it is getting better by the week, and
we know how to have audio in our headsets this time. We're prepared for that. Thanks for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. Thanks for coming out and listening to our hopefully most anticipated episode yet.
Yeah.
An awesome guy to have on. He had some great stories.
Pizza. Yeah, he's great.
Thrilled to talk to.
And their whole community and the way they run things really is, it's very closely aligned with what we do as well. It just was a perfect guest to have on, and super grateful he came on. That was awesome, and look forward to seeing him and his crew and everybody else out on the water, and just growing both our communities wider and bigger, and incorporating others like Kayak Georgia, which we'll talk about later.
If you guys, just as a little wrap up here, is like Jeremy said, like, comment, subscribe, hype, or whatever the new YouTube thing is. I'm not
Hype?
I'm
How
not
did I
that
miss
quite
that?
up to date on
This
it.
is your job.
I know I'm a horrible host.
Horrible Gen Alpha.
But go ahead. And I'm not Gen Alpha.
Are you?
No, I'm Gen Z still,
Nice.
just barely.
I'm millennial. Literally the oldest millennial possible.
Anyway, sidetracks aside, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. It's been a great episode. We've had a ton of fun filming this. Just a reminder, the race
Race is still scheduled for
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Come.
So if you have the appropriate cold weather gear, go ahead and come join us. And probably a little bit of know-how, because like Jeremy said, there will be some floating little paddling buddies.
We have safety kayakers, and we do have first aid on scene. So it is going to be, I mean, while I'm not kidding about there being ice in the water, there will definitely be ice in the water. It's not going to be something, just be prepared.
Yeah.
We have the safety aspects covered, and Yeah, just come race, have a good time. Everybody wins something no matter what, and there's some really, really nice prizes. So.
Yeah, there are a very, very nice set of prizes.
You might find me and Ed not as talkative on Sunday during the race.
A little much more focused.
Game face time.
Although I'm hoping Eric puts categories because I don't think I stand much of a chance in my antics.
Well, you never know.
Short boats, I feel good about.
I think I was 6th or 7th overall last year in a small firecracker against green boats and sea kayaks.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway.
Oh, no one broke the
guys-
Strava challenge and the river's still frozen. So
Yeah.
if you can get on there
Go
before
ice skate.
Sunday,
Go ice skate,
ice skate
you'll,
down it. But
You'll break the challenge.
otherwise, I'll be
The winner.
donating.
Donating.
It just goes right back into our fund.
If you guys have any suggestions for guests that you would like us, guests is a hard word to say. There's a lot of S's in that.
It is. It's tricky.
If you have any suggestions for
enunciate.
guests you want us to bring on, Jeremy and
Mitchell,
I
your
will-
rewind looked super steezy out on Upper Stone Lick with Chris on his inaugural run. I was proud to be there. It was just me and Chris Green. But at least you got it to a good home.
Yeah, we'll shoot a message to anybody. We're not really scared of rejection at all.
No.
Again, huge shout out to Pete for joining us tonight. It was a great
Very
time.
much so.
Um,
Really was fun.
really appreciated having him on. But anyway, I'm Ed from Ohio Kayak Construction,
I'm Jeremy.
and we will see you guys on the river.
Later.
I'll